Good morning, everybody. My name is EK, and welcome back to a bit more RuneScape. So, I have done a little bit more grinding. I brought my rune crafting up to 17 and a bit over a half here. And at the start of this video, I do want to wrap things up, and I do want to get it to 20. But the way I want to get it to 20 is I want to go and explore the different kinds of altars. And the reason for that is that I thought they would all be roughly the same. But I did happen to find the Earth Shrine up here, or the Earth Altar. I'm assuming someone's going to point out in the previous video where I couldn't find it where it is, but I did manage to find it in the end, and apparently it's at the edge over here, just to the eastern side of Rock. And I went there, and I noticed when I went there, I can quickly show you, and obviously you guys know, but I didn't know, that the entire environment is very much different. You know, the air one is up in the sky, and the earth one is like down below in like a cave or something. So that makes me really curious. Also, the music is different. Not very present music. It's just like tribal drums in the background. Kind of cool, kind of earthy. I do like it. But that made me wonder, what do the other ones look like? And, oh, there we go, level 18. I think I calculated it out somewhat roughly where, you know, I have enough runes to probably push me all the way up to 20. And then we can also check out level 21, because I think there's a couple ones we can grab, but not all of them are at our current level. I'm going to just go through these. You know, I'm going to go to the water one. I'm going to go to the fire one. I'm going to go to the mind one and the body one. I believe those are the ones that I can actually use on the free-to-play world, and then the rest I can only use on the members world. Speaking of members world, wow man, that was a quality transition right there. I had a very pleasant conversation here with this guy Gaget, or Gaget. Not sure exactly what the pronunciation should be. Free to correct me in the comments if I did mispronounce that. But he said to me, you know, first of all, you know, great videos and stuff, you know, like, love hearing that. You know, obviously every YouTuber has a big ego or wants to have a big ego, so, you know, telling me my videos are great, love it, thank you. But more importantly, he asked me whether I was fine with him gifting me something. And normally, you guys know, I don't really like to take gifts because I don't want my progression to be ruined. But he wanted to give me 2 bonds, which is like a full month of playtime. He said that if I use them together, I'm going to get 29 days. If I use them standalone, I'm going to get 14 days each. I'm better off using them both at the same time, provided I can take advantage of the full, well, time span of 29 days. So I am going to be grabbing these once I am ready to go member, but that is going to save me literally an entire month of membership, which I think is like 13 euros or something like that. So this is technically, guys, did I just technically make money on YouTube because I didn't have to go spend something? I think this is the first time, guys, I've made money on YouTube. I'm now a professional. But yeah, thank you so much, Agat, for gifting me these old school bonds. They're also untradeable, which I guess I kind of like in a sense, because even if I wanted to trade them for money, I couldn't, which I wouldn't want to do anyway, but I like the fact that I'm locked into not being able to do it. So yeah, just a quick heads up here. I'm not going to ask people for bonds. You know, I don't really feel like I want you guys to spend your hard-earned money on gifting me the bonds, and I'm totally fine purchasing it with my own money. Having said that, you know, if you like giving bonds, you know, if that's something you like doing, and if it's something that, you know, you have so much money you don't know what to do with, and, you know, you enjoy giving bonds away more than you enjoy having the money or something like that, which I know happens in some games. Some people may be running around with like hundreds of millions or billions of cash in this game, and like you don't know what to do with it. You know, bonds are something that I will accept. So if you do want to help me out, bonds are an option. But once again, you know, if bonds are expensive for you, please don't spend all your hard-earned money and gift me something, because I'd much rather you have fun with it on your own. Because, you know, I'm fine spending money if I don't get more bonds. You know, like, it's totally fine. Anyway, again, thank you a lot for gifting me these. It's truly appreciated, and it saves me a lot of, well, cash. It's beautiful. Anyway, having said that, I do want to do a quick shout out there. I am going to go through the other ones. So I'm going to pick up the rune essences, and I'm going to pick up the water rune, the water talisman, sorry. And we are going to head to the water shrine. I believe the water shrine is just next to Lumbridge. Yeah, it's next to Lumbridge. I think it's down here. Yeah. So I'm going to go to the water altar. I keep saying shrine, guys. If I say shrine, I mean altar. I'm going to teleport there. I'm going to go to this one. Then after, I guess, from there, we'll go to the bank. We will then run over to the fire one, which is located over here. Then we will go check out I think the mind one is up here somewhere. Sorry, the body one's up here, but this one's level 20. This one's going to be the last one. And then up here we have the mind altar. And then I believe we have seen all of them. So I'm going to go for a bit of a quick world tour. And I'll see you guys at the altar. And from what I was able to tell, the experience is not about the amount of runes you craft. It's about the amount of rune essence spent. However, it does appear that a higher level of rune does grant you more experience. So you get more experience per fire rune, for example, than per air rune. And I guess it's going to scale up like that in the future. But obviously, you also want to take into account which ones are worth more money. If they're, it's a difference. For me, there's not really a difference. But if there's a difference, you want to take that into account. But also, of course, the walking distance. Like, there's probably like very detailed guides out there, exactly detailing, like which walking distance combined with which experience per rune is optimal and stuff. And yeah, there's probably a lot of optimization to be done if you want to take this hardcore. Anyway, this is the water shrine. Okay. We got a new music track called Zealot. Let's listen to it for just a second. Nice and relaxing. I do think I want to, now that we've like heard a lot of the tracks that play in the free-to-play world, I think I do want to take a quick moment every time we look in the track, if I do remember to do so, just have a quick moment to listen to it, because I know a lot of these tracks are probably very nostalgic to you guys, especially when we move into member worlds, where to me they're new. So I can like kind of give like a fresh impression of them, I suppose, while you guys get to enjoy the nostalgic music that you love so much. So here we go. That is, so we're level 18 right now, and this is going to be pushing us to like 18 and a half. Yeah, we'll probably get fairly close. And if I need to do more runs, I'll do more runs. Anyway, I need to press a... Oh, the portals are in the water puddles. So not in the ground, but in the water puddles. That's kind of cool. Alright, next up to the fire altar. I keep wanting to say shrine, guys. I don't know. I feel like in most games it's like a fire shrine, a nerve shrine, a water shrine, right? But, you know, they're altars. They're altars. I should get used to that. Oh, wait. I don't have the fire talisman. I have everything but the fire talisman. Oh, that's unfortunate. Well, I guess once the fire talisman drops at some point from some mobs, I will return to check it out. I guess that means that instead of going there, we will go to the mind one, which is all the way up north over here. You know what? I'll do a bit more water running then, because I need some more experience. I was looking forward to the fire one a lot. That's unfortunate. I've also just removed the split friends chat, because as much as I really enjoy using it, I think it does look a bit cleaner when I don't have that active. So you guys have a bit more, screen state to look at. I do tend to like a very clean UI in most of my games. Oh, also we hit 425. That's beautiful. Quick side note, by the way, I saw some of you guys were wondering why I'm doing RuneScape content. Now, I'm not quite sure exactly whether your, we only want RuneScape content kind of statements are just joking, or if there's like some truth to it. And I can totally understand, if you're thinking, hey, why are you not just devoting that time to more RuneScape content? It's obviously the bigger series. It's obviously the more, growth-inducing series, all those kind of things. And that's true. But, even if I committed full-time to RuneScape and not did MapleStory, I wouldn't be able to squeeze out a video every single day. Unfortunately, it's just not feasible with my life around YouTube as well. And I'm using MapleStory kind of as a thing where I record it. Like, record it during editing. I record it when I'm, watching something that I really want to see, where I can't actively be talking constantly. Because with MapleStory, what I can do is I can just play for a little bit, and then, there's going to be like a little bit of dialogue, and I can just mindlessly grind again. Like, there's a lot more downtime in that game. So it really allows me to play, during editing. It allows me to play during, watching something live that I really want to see. It allows me to play when my throat is, kind of getting sore, and I know I can't commit to a full RuneScape episode. So all those things, that's kind of when I commit to MapleStory. So, just so you know, it's not that MapleStory is really taking anything away from RuneScape, because otherwise it would just be an empty day there. It's just an extra thing that I'm doing on the side that takes a fraction of the time with my RuneScape content. So, yeah, don't worry about it. If you haven't seen it yet, go check it out. But I definitely feel like RuneScape is the more YouTubeable game. I have to be honest. MapleStory, it's gameplay, really solid, but there isn't too much to talk about in that game, guys. So it's a bit of an odd one, especially while I'm playing both these games side by side. Like, the contrast between these two games as much as I really like MapleStory, don't get me wrong, it's a really fun game. They cater to very different types of audiences and very different approaches. And I personally am much more in the RuneScape camp than I am in the MapleStory camp, especially from a content creator's perspective. Level 19. Members can now craft steam runes from pure rune essence and will now receive 2 water runes from each essence. Wait, does it mention that members will now receive 2 water runes, or will I also receive 2 water runes? Because I think the way it's written, it suggests that it's also to do with the members, but I think, yeah, we just get it as well, I'm pretty sure. So I'm going to do 1 more water run, and then I think I will probably have enough experience for, I mean, maybe 1, maybe 2 more runs, and then I'll see you guys at the next one. Also, someone pointed out, this repeat message thing, I've now gotten the you step through a portal 33 times, and I love how it's just filtering these out right now. It makes my chat feel a lot cleaner, so thank you. Alrighty then, we have arrived at the Mind Altar. I was about to say shrine again, but no, I corrected myself mid-sentence. There we go. Let's click on the altar, and let's see what it looks like. What does a mind look like? Rather mysterious. Appreciating the music for a moment as we craft. Getting some different music, but the rune craft level is now level 20. You can now craft a body of runes. There we go. We unlock a miracle dance. You know, I wasn't sure what I was expecting when I heard mind. And I'm not sure what I'm expecting for a body either. I'm just expecting something physical, something organical, something maybe almost nature related. I'm not quite sure exactly, but I guess I will find out. I guess we did already have the double reward for a mind root as well, because I think mind comes straight after air. So if I go to multiple runes, yeah, mind runes is 14, water is 19, and then soon we will actually unlock at 22, we will unlock air runes per essence, up to 3. So, you know, before I knew this system existed, I really disliked the idea of having to craft my own runes, because I was like, well, how the hell do I and people, you know, if they commit to not buying everything from the store, which obviously you can do, but not in like very large quantities, how exactly do they, you know, get like hundreds and hundreds or like thousands of runes to be able to properly level magic? And I guess this is the answer. They, well, either probably a combination of buying them, but also just leveling rune crafting. And I'm assuming it's going to be easier ways to craft these, you know, in member and stuff. Like, it's always easier alternatives in member. There's like faster ways in member. There is new things in member. So there's always going to be things that I don't know about it yet. But I can see, you know, if you push this up to, you know, let's say reasonable levels, you know, like I know that the 90 plus part is like the most difficult part, especially like 92 plus. But let's say you push up to like 60-ish. Like you're still making 7 air runes per essence. And then, you know, you can bring 27 of them. And then probably you can probably in some way have a talisman that is not actually in your inventory, like a piece of gear or a book buff or something. So I wouldn't be surprised if you just bring 28 and then, you know, do that times 7. That is a pretty nice reward if you just like run this back and forth a couple times. So I can see how people do it now. Anyway, we are going to be checking out this final one, which is just located around the corner, I believe. Yeah, it's right over here. I'm going to grab some runes, which I completely forgot to bring. I should have gotten more, but, you know, I forgot that we were going to do this part as well. But I'll see you guys back at the body altar. I suppose I could have just checked out the altar without actually crafting the runes. But no, I'm committed to crafting something there. Alrighty then, running back and forth has been completed. We are back at the body shrine, which we haven't yet seen, of course, level 20 only. Let's go in. Oh. Oh. The music track playing here is called Heart and Mind. This is a very interesting looking place. Is that like supposed to be like sand or lava or something out there? Obviously, you're not supposed to see this, I think, from the time it was developed. But the music feels quite cheerful, but the area feels rather almost disturbing in a way, which is a bit surprising. Okay, let's actually craft at the rune altar. There we go, 203 experience with 27 body runes And that wraps up the grinding part of this video. So just to quickly recap, we have all the skills we want at level 20 outside of prayer, which I will grab as we do other quests and stuff. So that one will be level 20 plus as well before we leave the free-to-play area. But now it's time for the quest of today. Let's go do the Corsair Curse. So I can start this quest by talking to Captain Tok, north of Port Sarim. It is short, it is from 2017, so it's kind of recent. It is a standalone quest, it has no requirement, it recommends level 20 and it's intermediate difficulty. So probably quite nice to have right now. Captain Tok is located right over here. He's standing between these trees and he's got a nice little hat. Let's go talk to him. Oh, we're just like kind of subtly approaching him. It's fine. Here we go. You can approach him. There we go. Ahoy, young lad. Ahoy, young lad. Might you be able to help me? Perhaps I be in a spot of bother. So who are you? I be the Corsair Captain. Captain of the Corsairs of Corsair Cove. My gallant band of Corsairs are famed in song and story among all seafarers. I have never heard of you. Well, you can boast of your ignorance if you likes, but it don't make you sound smarter. But I sound very intelligent, I know this. Well, as I was saying, young lad, I be in a spot of bother and I thought you might be able to help. What kind of help do you need? It be about my crew. They be a lazy bunch at times, but they be stout in heart and strong in the arm, and they don't deserve what happened to them. It be a curse. A curse has been laid upon my crew. That's the only thing it can be. So I need a young lad such as yourself to find a way to lift the curse. Will you help me? Sure. I'll try and help you with your curse. Thanks, young lad. And a worthy lad you must surely be. Brave in the heart and stiff in the spine. I mean, I'm quite stiff in the spine, that's true. You know, Romanian deadlifts are quite challenging because I'm not the most bendy person on the planet. Also quite tall, doesn't help. Now, I have a ship moored west of Remington. Come and meet me on board and we'll set off to Corsair Cove. Oh! We're gonna go on an adventure, guys. That is quite exciting. So, west of Remington. Well, now. Oh, this is the same dialogue still. West of Remington, you say? Okay, I'll meet you on board your ship there. Captain Tok swaggers off towards Remington. So I met the Corsair captain at the crossroads north of Port Sarim. He wanted to help with a curse that was afflicting his crew. I agreed to go to his ship, moored west of Remington. Oh, there we go. Ship to Corsair Cove, ship to Ardone, Brimhaven. Every time I pass by this place, I feel like I need to just, you know, jam to it a little bit. You know, just kind of bop my head. Just a little bit. Alright, let's see. So we got Captain Barnaby and Captain Tok. Let's go to Captain Barnaby because that's the ship we want to be on. Also, that is a ship with a triple mast. That's a ship with a double mast. So this one is the bigger one, the better one. I guess this is considered a roof. Huh, that's kind of funny. Alright, interesting insight into the way the game's coded. So, Captain Tok. You found my ship. Good stuff. I used to command a much larger vessel, sailing the seas with my crew of Corsairs. But now we be settled in Corsair Cove. My Corsairs be a good crew, but this curse has laid them low, all except me. Sickly they be, too weak to stand. You'll see for yourself soon enough. There be 4 of them afflicted by the curse. The Noki, Itoy, Arson, and the young Colin, all taken to their beds, a mewling and a puking like so many babbies. I have another crewman, Francois, but he be away on a mission. I hope he be spared. Now be ye ready to voyage to Corsair Cove. To help him, I can sail ye back here anytime he likes. Okay, I'm ready to go to Corsair Cove. The ship sails to Corsair Cove. There we go. Some new music as well, called On the Shore. Let's cross the gangplank. And let's take stock of where we are. Are we on... Oh, we actually are on... Oh wow, quite far away! We were just there. We've sailed all the way here, past Karamia, past a lot of member areas. I thought Feldip, I thought this would be member areas. I'm gonna guess that I probably can't leave too far into this, or maybe I can. I mean, I'm assuming this is all member stuff, like tree known village and stuff. Also, this like seems to be like some sort of hedge maze or something. That's interesting. Alright, let's explore this place a little bit. Looks very different to what we've seen so far, which is nice. Let's see, what are we looking to do here exactly? Is there anything in here? The Corsair captain told me that 4 of his crew had been affected by a curse. Noki, Itoy, Arsen, and Colin, all of whom were in their beds. He sailed me south to the Corsair Cove to meet them and investigate. Okay. We go into a big house where they are supposedly resting and trying to recover. And these houses seem rather small, so they probably aren't in here. Can I just leave this place if I wanted to? I really wonder where I can go. It's a rather loud track as well. Like, it's rather intrusive because it's fairly high pitched, you know. But I seem to be able to travel. Oh, okay. I'm guessing this is a line separating the free-to-play area of this cove from the members area. I'm not sure if that's actually true, but that's what I feel like might be happening here. Like, it's not an invisible wall, but it's a wall set up by the environment, which is something games do quite a lot. Okay. There's a whole... Oh, Dragon Slayer 2. There's a follow-up quest. Wait, can I go there, or is that members only? Hold on, let me go see what that is. Can I cross the bridge? More new music. Now we have Jungle Hunt. I enjoy this one. This one was quite nice. Greetings, adventurer. Welcome to the Myths Guild. Tell me about the guild. The Myths Guild is home to those who wish to uncover the lost secrets of this world. We investigate the myths of these lands to see if any facts may be hidden within them. Here we discover things that others only dream of. However, the cost of entry is not insignificant. Only the most worthy may share in our secrets. Am I worthy? I'm afraid not. Perhaps that will change one day. And there we go, become a member. And I guess the magical barrier will block us. You are not yet worthy enough to enter the Myths Guild. Alright, so this is member only. I kind of expected that. Also, are these like portals to different areas or something? Well, I enjoyed this track. I think it's quite nice. Alright, let me go find these people in their beds. They're most likely just back in the town. Hey, I didn't say you could go in there. Yeah, I was curious to see if I could just go in here, but I guess that's also a way of, free-to-play and member distinctions. No, they're here, apparently. They're not in their beds, they're just lying on the floor. Hold on, what is going on with these guys? They seem to not be in the best spot. Hello, asked the thief. I hear you've been cursed. I think so. That navigator, Itoy, always warned us that this kind of thing could happen, but I didn't think it could possibly be real. But now this has happened, and I think it's my fault. You should maybe see what Itoy thinks. He's been cursed too, so I guess he'll be in his hut off to the southwest near the shore. Let's talk to cabin boy Colin. I'm sorry, tell her I'm sorry, and maybe she'll make the pain stop. Perhaps you can tell me about it another time. That's so dismissive, I love it. I hear you've been cursed. Yes, that's what it must be. Itoy, the navigator, always told us to beware of curses. You should talk to him. He really knows about these things. Itoy lives in the hut to the southwest, nearest to the sea. Alright, so everyone seems to point us there. There's some cooked meat here, and there is a bronze scimitar on the floor for some reason. Here we go. Itoy, the navigator. Arr, we be cursed. We be cursed. It be a curse upon us. I hear you've been cursed. Aye, do you think so? Really? Am I not a picture of health and beauty? Yes, we've been cursed. I've sailed the seas all my life. I sailed the seas as a man, like I sailed them as a boy. I even sailed the seas during that tricky phase in between when you're not quite a man yet, but you're not really a boy anymore. But I don't want to talk about that bit. The point I'm making is that I know the seas like I know the palm of my hand. I've been to strange lands, and I've seen things that'll make your juices turn in your veins. I've been dancing fishwomen. Sorry, I've seen a dancing fishwoman. He's been dancing fishwoman. Monkey kings, huge man in turbans from the far west, selling treasure maps. You name it, I have seen it. There be more things in the world than you dream of in your fancy book learning, and most of them be hostile. Could be any number of things brought this curse upon us. Demons, evil spirits, anything. Okay, it doesn't sound like you know what's behind the curse. Thanks. Arrgh. So Ethoy the Navigator said he knew a lot about curses. He said there were any number of things that could cause one. I talk to him again. You be back? Tell me, do those scurvy corsairs take the curse seriously? Actually, I have not really learned much from any of the other victims. I've told them for years that curses are real, but they laughed at me. Well, go see who's laughing now. Well, I think it's nobody, really. Nobody's really laughing, sir. Aren't they all just seasick or something? Is that going to be the plot twist? Are they just all seasick? Any more people for me to interact with? There's Noki, the cook. Oh, the cook messed up, didn't he? My stomach. Is it like scurvy? Should I bring you some oranges? He have been cursed. And I love... Okay, I love it. I love it. He says, my stomach. And we can say, my lower intestine. Look, I'm in a lot of pain here. We're not playing Name Your Favorite Body Part. Yes, he have been cursed. Yes, I think she did it to us. I should have left her alone. Ethoy told us to beware of this kind of thing. I met him. He definitely thinks it's a curse, but wasn't able to say exactly what caused it. It was all my fault. I know it is. I've awoken her, and now she's done this to us. What are you talking about? I'll explain. See, I'm the cook, and I have to find the food as well as cooking it. I was fishing. Let's see what I can find for the boys tonight. Oh, he's cage fishing. Come on, little lobsters. Come to Noki. Obby lobby, oi, oi, oi. There we go. That was my singing. Obby, what? It's a traditional lobster fishing chant handed down by my ancestors. Don't interrupt. Come on, little lobsters. We don't want to keep the captain waiting. He'll get angry with me again. Oh, what's this? This isn't a lobster. Ooh. Looks more like a child's toy, but no, it can't be. Is it moving? She's moving. She's possessed. Help! I buried her in the sand by that tree to the west, but I still feel her eyes staring into my soul. Please find her and kill the demon inside. Right. So, Lucky the cook thought the curse might have come because he awakened a possessed doll he found while fishing. He buried the doll in the sand, but was afraid that its possessor might have cursed him. So, does that mean we need to go and dig? Have you tried to destroy her yet? Her eyes, those terrible eyes. Where did you say this happened? On the beach, to the west of the cove, near a big tree. I buried her in the sand, but I can still feel her eyes staring into my soul. Please find her and kill the demon inside. So to the west with a tree. Okay, but I do need a shovel for that. Do I need to run back and forth? Oh, there's new dialogue here as well. So you were trying to explore that ogre cave, and the ogre saw you? Wait, hold on, what ogre cave? Yes, I quickly grabbed some loot so I wouldn't have to face the captain empty-handed, and fled up the ladder before the ogres could kill me. But a couple of days later we all felt ill. I think what I stole must have been some kind of sacred relic, and the shamans in the cave have cursed us for stealing it. Maybe you could get the relic back from the captain and return it to the ogres, and tell them I'm very sorry. Then perhaps they'll lift the curse. I see. Okay, so there's multiple options. So it's Arson the thief told me he had been exploring a cave to the west of the cove. In there he found fearsome ogres. He quickly stole an artifact from them and fled. When the curse began, Arson thought the ogres had cursed him for stealing a sacred relic from them. He asked me to retrieve the relic from Captain Tok and return it to Ogre Chief with his apologies. And this guy, any new dialogue as well? This is all my fault, but I didn't mean to upset her. I just thought we could be friends. Now I must have upset her, and she's cursed us all. I was using Ethoy's telescope. Such a beautiful night. What lands lie beyond the dim horizon, I wonder? Yes, peer into the distance. Eh? What was that? I'd better have another look. Is that what I think it is? It's so dark out there, but I think. Yes, I'm quite sure. Yes, it's a mermaid. She's beautiful. Hello? You? Can you hear me? You're the most lovely person I've ever seen. Yoo-hoo! I can see you moving your arms, but it's very dark. Are you waving to me? Maybe she's luring him into the depths. And kisses, nice. Hello? Hello? Oh no, I think she's gone away. Did I put her off? Maybe she doesn't like strangers shouting about her appearance and blowing kisses at her. That might have been rude of me. I hope she's not angry. Icho says mermaids can be dangerous. Perhaps you can find the mermaid and tell her I'm very sorry I was rude to her. Then maybe she'll lift the curse. Alright, so we also... There's so much information here. So cabin boy Colin thought the curse might have come because he offended a mermaid he saw through Ichoi's telescope. So guys, what I'm thinking is we're going to investigate all of these stories, and in the end, it turns out none of them are true, and it was just like scurvy or something. That's what I feel like has happened here, but I'm curious to see what the end result will be. Anyway, I'm going to have to take a bit of a break here because I do have some other things that I need to do. I thought today I might be able to squeeze this in real quick, but the rune crafting stuff took a bit longer than I expected, and this quest might also take a while. So yeah, I'll just pop back in right now. Alright, I am back. So, I just found a spade that is located right over here, and in the quest log, it does say that Nucky the cook thought the curse might have come because he awakened a possessed doll he found while fishing. He buried the doll in the sand, but was afraid that its possessor might have cursed him. So, I'm assuming in the sand, fishing is somewhere around here. So somewhere around where the spade was also put down. But I don't know if there's a specific fishing spot that isn't here. So let me just quickly try and do some... Oh, that was a salmon. That was not my spade. Whoopsie. Okay, let me just quickly explore a little bit and see if I can find a spot where this doll is hidden. I mean, there is an actual fishing spot over here on the map. So maybe it's referring to these spots. Oh, here we go. Okay, he said he buried a possessed doll in the sand. So, search for the possessed doll and face the consequences. That's not possessed, that sounds more like clockwork. Alright, that was odd. Let's check out quest. However, I dug up the doll and found that it was clockwork and did not appear to be possessed. It fell in the sea and was lost again. Alright, I want to go back to Noki. I don't know if there is more dialogue. So I guess this is not the reason as to why they're sick. But let's go back to Noki and see if he has any more dialogue for us now. Have you tried to destroy her yet? Her eyes, those terrible eyes. Well, sort of. That doll wasn't possessed at all. It was a clockwork toy. They're supposed to move. Clockwork? Oh, that would explain how it moved. Well, I suppose the curse didn't come from her. I hope you can find the real cause soon. Still trying. Alright, so there we go. That is the Noki one wrapped up. I told Noki that the doll was not possessed to reassure him that the curse was not his fault. Alright, next up, let's try and check out this cave. There's a cave to the west of the cove, and there are some fearsome ogres there. So let's go and check those ogres out. Also, I did do a little bit of combat grinding between the previous recording and this one. My strength is now level 27, and my prayer is now level 19. Because I do, of course, want to get this, you know, like, combat level up a lot for Dragon Slayer eventually. And prayer, I do want to get to 20. Also, why am I going here? Because this is clearly not west. Is it this hole? You've unlocked a new music track, Grumpy. Alright, guys, enjoy the music for a little bit. Level 82 ogres. I guess I don't want to be there. I guess I can't even go there. I guess this is a good spot to level, well, stuff like ranged over here, because this guy just, you know, doesn't get hit. Although he also doesn't get his arrows back, so I guess it's a bit of a balancing act there. So, Chief Tess. What you want, skinny creature? What is this place? This our home, it's comfy, though we thinking of maybe getting more space up on land above, but silly Corsair men live up and think they own the place. Maybe one day they're gonna change. There's got plans. Thanks. Alright, so, a man called Asen told me he'd visited your cave. Yeah, skinny man climbed down a vine the other day. Little man, a big idiot, hahaha. He says he's very sorry. He very silly. Perhaps I should come back another time. Retrieve the relic from Captain Talk. Wait, hold on, never mind. I have to go to Captain Talk, I have to retrieve the thing and then return here. This is the problem, guys. I haven't recorded in a couple days now because I didn't have time. So, you know, for you guys, obviously, there was like a 1 second cut. For me, there was a couple day cut. So my details on this quest are a little bit fuzzy. So isn't Captain Talk the guy that actually got us to go here? Isn't he the quest NPC? Also, I just randomly attacked this seagull, so I must now murder him. But I guess I'll have to travel back to the mainland, maybe. And then I can talk to Talk. Oh, never mind. Talk is just here. The ship sails to Remington. Oh, wait, hold on. I don't think I wanted to do that. I wanted to just talk to him. I pressed the wrong button. But it's fine, because Talk is also here. So, Talk. So, you know, I've been swapping things around because people have been mentioning that I have this menu entry swapper thing active, which is true. This one, I guess, is also still active, so let me swap this one off as well. Alright, travel has been swapped, and now it's Talk to. There we go, that's beautiful. Will you return to Corsair Cove to help me now? Okay, sure. Let's go back there, and maybe I have to talk to him while he's here. So now I talk to him? Have you any idea about how to lift the curse? Yeah, okay, here we go. So, Asen says he gave you a sacred ogre relic. Arr, that idiot. I'd send him to explore the caves west of the cove and bring back some bone lump, saying he stole it from the ogre chief. He thinks the ogres have cursed you all because he stole one of their sacred relics, and he wants me to take it back to them now. Arr, I've no use for the silly thing. If it'll get the curse lifted, you can take it right to that ogre chief and give it back. Captain Talk gives you the loot that Asen stole from the ogre thief. Alright. Here we go. We have the ogre artifact, a sharp implement that Asen stole from the ogres on the Corsair Cove. Let me go back to the cave. I have come to return what Asen stole. He skinny man who climbed down vine the other day? Yeah? He big fool. You see what he stole? Guys, whenever I hear someone say, yeah, I think of... What is his name? The guy in Final Fantasy X. The guy with the blitzball. Waka. I feel like Waka. Every time I hear someone say yeah at the end of a sentence, I think of Waka. Didn't even play the game myself. Watched a very long let's play of it. Beautiful game. But yeah. Yeah just makes me think of Waka from FF10. Asen says he's very sorry for stealing from you. Here it is. You present... Is it Jess? Tess? I don't know. With Asen's loot. Yeah, that little man is a big idiot. Climbed down vine, grabbed toothpick off Tess and ran away like scared. I still feel like it's just cavity, but I think that's a rabbit. I don't know. You're saying this is toothpick, not a sacred relic of the ogre? Did your shamans curse the Corsairs for stealing it? This is toothpick. Tess got plenty more. If skinny idiot man wants Tess old toothpick, maybe he's sick in his head. But Tess not having shamans curse anyone. Oh well, I guess Asen will be pleased to hear he didn't bring the curse upon the Corsairs. Well, let's go back to him. Yeah, I'm starting to believe more and more that my theory was correct, where none of them have actually caused this curse, and it has literally just been like a lack of oranges or something, like a vitamin C deficiency or something like that. Alright, Asen, we have delivered the artifact, or the toothpick. Have you returned the sacred relic to the ogres? Will they forgive me and lift the curse? Their chiefess says that wasn't a sacred relic at all, it was her toothpick. Are you telling me the ogres cursed all of us because I stole their chief's toothpick? She didn't care. She got lots of toothpicks, and she just thought you were some kind of weirdo when you stole one, and never cursed you at all. Oh, that's a relief, I guess. Well, thank you for your help, but I do wonder where the curse really came from. I'm not done investigating yet. Alright, here we go. So, we now have 2 done. Here we have, I was able to reassure Asen that the curse was not his fault. Next up, let's go look at Cabin Boy Colin. thought the curse might have come because he offended a mermaid he saw through Ithoi's telescope. So, I'm assuming we too have to go look through Ithoi's telescope, which I do know is located on, I believe, this little house over here. I think the telescope is here on the sides. Yeah, there we go. It's over here. Okay. Let's go up here. And let's examine the telescope. See the sea. It's big and it's right in front of you. But someone might want a better view. Right, here we go. Let us observe. Let's see if I can find that mermaid he saw. Here we go. Let's take a bit of a look. Gander, a peek. That is not a mermaid. That doesn't look anything like a mermaid. That's an ogre. However, I looked through the telescope myself and saw an ogre rather than a mermaid. Alright, let's talk to him again. Is that all? You be back? Tell me, do those scurvy corsairs take the curse seriously? I've been hearing about what might have caused it. Colin thought he upset a mermaid and she might have cursed you all in revenge. Arr, that'll teach him to meddle with such folk. Colin should stick to what he's good at. Noki fished a doll out of the water and he thought it might have been possessed by an evil spirit. Arr, Chucky. That'll teach him to play with dolls at his age. Dolls can be frightening. And Arson stole what he thought was a sacred relic from the ogre cave, and he said their shamans might have cursed you in revenge. Arr, ogre women be powerful, and Arson be a fool. I'll carry on trying to solve the curse. Arr, off you go. Alright, now let us go back to the guy with the telescope thing, who is up in this building, I believe. Cabin boy Colin, right? Have you found a mermaid yet? Will she forgive me? I've looked through the telescope myself. That wasn't a mermaid, that was a wet ogre. What? He's definitely not a mermaid. Oh, I see. Okay, I guess that means I didn't upset a mermaid after all. So the curse isn't my fault, thank you. I mean, we do have a very angry, wet ogre swimming towards us. Unless he's just doing, like, swimming laps, you know? Maybe he's training for some sort of race. How are you feeling? I still feel awful, but I'm glad you've proven it wasn't my fault that we got cursed. I hope you can work out what brought it on us. I'll be on the case. I had ruled out all the Corsairs' theories about how they had become cursed. Okay, I guess we go back to the navigator now and present our findings. Guys, I don't know what it is, but I feel like the last couple of years I have more and more started to enjoy investigative, you know, murder mystery kind of setups. I don't know, I feel like it's because the older I get, the more I start caring about ways. Also, am I in focus? I don't think I am. But yeah, the more I start caring about the actual writing, the actual setup, the scripting of a movie, of a game, like all those kind of things. And I don't know, I guess that just lends itself very well to murder mysteries because setup is extremely important there. You be back? Have you been investigating the curse? Can I please be in focus again? Thank you. Am I in focus? It's like I'm almost in focus. Well, whatever, we'll continue. I have ruled out everything the crew thought it might be. There be many things that can blight a crew. Okay, so what does the game want me to do now? I guess I just go talk to some NPCs and see if anyone has any additional dialogue, because this guy doesn't have more dialogue. I'm still of the theory that it was something to do with the food, which means that maybe the cook has some relevant information. There's also this NPC that's standing over here that I haven't actually talked to. Madame Caldarium. Hello. Good morrow, adventurer. Who are you? I am Madame Caldarium. A pirate's life was best for me, but lately I've been looking to expand my business. I'm getting old, you see. A spa business? Do you really think these corsairs are the washing type? Ah, that's what the rum is for. I am more concerned of their laziness. Can't work today, madame. I'm cursed. Bunch of idiots, a lot of them. Surely you never expected this lot to be any different. They're either stealing, killing, or both. Yes, I have plans, adventurer. The local cave-dwelling population are, let's say, sorting something out. Ooh. Well, we heard about some plans. Interesting. I'm sure that'll be an entertaining turn of events. We will see. Any more dialogue? I guess so. You guess? The sun is shining, the sea breeze is salty. What's not to enjoy? I don't know. The sand, it's coarse and rough and irritating and it gets everywhere. Well, my spa isn't quite ready yet, but when it is, I'm sure that'll solve all your sand-related issues. Okay. So goodbye. Because there's nothing really here. There is, of course, the potential ogre uprising, the potential ogre plan that maybe is very important, but maybe not right now. Like, I choose to believe it's something with the cook. Also about tinderbox. What do I need a tinderbox for? I feel like I've done everything, haven't I? Have you solved the curse yet? I've already ruled out your theory, Colin's theory, and Arsen's theory. Ithoi hadn't got a theory to investigate at all. I hope the captain doesn't think it was my fault. He can get very angry, you know. I'll be sure to talk to him soon. Ah, the game is pointing me in a direction. Also, I will grab the tinderbox, because if it's here, then maybe there's a reason I will be needing it. Maybe I need to cook them some proper food to restore their vitamin levels, their proper levels, and they get better or something. So let me go talk to the captain once more. And I guess I present my findings to him as well, and then maybe he has an idea. Have you any idea about how to lift the curse? I have ruled out all the Corsairs' theories. Cabin boy Colin thought he'd upset a mermaid, but wasn't a mermaid, just a wet ogre. Arsen the thief thought he'd upset the ogre shamans by stealing a sacred ogre relic, but it was just a toothpick, and the ogres didn't care. Ithoi the navigator said there were lots of things that could bring a curse on a crew, and this could be any of them. And Nucky the cook thought he'd awoken a demon in a possessed doll, but it wasn't possessed at all. It was clockwork. Are any sufficiently advanced technology be indistinguishable from demonic possession that it be? Guys, this is something I've always really liked. I don't know if you guys have ever seen the series Stargate SG-1 or any of the Stargate stuff. I love the idea that if you are advanced enough as a society and you show your technological advancements to a lesser technologically advanced society, it will generally be, well, you know, we don't know what it is. It must be magic. So, you know, let me worship you. It's very interesting to me how, like, once you reach like a certain distance away from their level, it's magic, you know? It's kind of cool. So what do I do now? I don't really know. It began when I'd gone away for a parley with Ithoi. We came back to find the crew all puking up their dinner. And Ithoi felt ill too, though he'd not eaten with him, so it can't be the food. I see. You're surely saying it began after they'd all eaten, but Ithoi felt ill even though he had not had any of the food. That'd be right. Or just seasick. That meal must have been interesting. So do I go back to Ithoi now? Captain Tok mentioned that the curse had begun straight after the crew's dinner, although Ithoi wasn't there to eat that meal. So you're telling me that Ithoi is faking things? He's trying to take him out on purpose? Is he working with the ogres? Is that the plan that is in motion? Is Ithoi I guess he's double-crossing the pirates by working for the ogres and poisoning his mate with a meal, and now pretending he's sick as well to, you know, cover up his own tracks? Alright, let's go back to Ithoi. Actually, no, let me go check with the cook first. I hear it happened straight after dinner. Hey, don't go blaming the cook just because the curse began after dinner. I didn't even cook that meal. I've been too scared of the possessed doll. Wait, but then who did cook it? You mean the clockwork doll? It's an easy mistake to make. Anyway, I didn't dare to try to fish after that, and Ithoi volunteered to do all the fishing and cooking instead, before he went off for his parley with Captain Tok. Anyway, Ithoi got sick without even eating it, so it can't be the food. Well, unless he is actively faking being sick. I mean, faking being sick is not particularly difficult, you know? Especially not in these non-medically advanced times where, you know, they can't just check with machinery. You be back. Have you been investigating the curse? I hear you cooked the meal they ate before getting sick. And what if I did? Can't an old sailor help his crew without interfering young landlubbers making accusations? Besides, if you be saying I poison my crew, why would I do such a thing? Why would I poison them and then pretend to be sick too? Hey. We're onto something. Maybe you're just a nasty person, or you're working with the ogres. Bah, you can't even think of a reason why I'd want to poison the crew, so don't bother me with your accusations. Well, maybe I'll find a reason soon. Noki the cook told me that Ithoi had prepared a meal that the crew ate immediately before becoming sick, though Ithoi himself did not eat that meal. Can I get more information out of him? I'm still looking into it. Dangerous these curses be? Oh, my dialogue doesn't want to proceed anymore. My dialogue is just stuck. It decided that it no longer wants to cooperate with me. It too has been poisoned. Oh, connection lost. Attempting to re-establish. I've not had this before. My internet seems to be working perfectly fine still. Is this just the RuneScape server crashing? Well, I can't switch worlds anymore, and I also can't connect to the server. So I'm guessing the server is down. That's a first for me. Well, it seems the RuneScape site is offline as well. I guess there's nothing I can really do. So I think everything Jagex related just completely crashed. So I guess this will be a 3-parter. I'll be back in a sec. Alright guys, it's now the next day. I am back. The servers seem to be acting fine again. I don't know how long they were down, but I just decided that was a nice time to go and head to the gym and do some other real life stuff. So, you know, I decided to come back today. Also, really sorry, but I was editing part 23. I haven't gotten to 24 yet, but I wouldn't be surprised if the same issue persists there as well. For some reason, the audio was really weird. The audio was very much quiet, like, you know, if I wasn't positioned like right at the microphone like this, and I was just like, you know, angled a little bit weirdly like this, you could barely hear me. I tried doing some post-processing to fix it with, you know, some normalization and stuff, like trying to up the sound level a little bit, but, you know, without bumping the other stuff up too much. It was a bit of a hassle, unfortunately. I don't know how it happened, because I didn't change any settings, but maybe, like, I have this DBX286S audio mixer thing, and maybe I accidentally like bumped into the expander gate thing where, you know, like it's gonna cut out more lower frequency stuff, and maybe I accidentally like bumped it up or something with my keyboard. I have no idea what happened, but I'm just hoping the impact isn't too bad and you guys can still enjoy the video. But I'm sorry, it should be fixed now. You know, actually, you know, this is me very close right now, and I can actually, if I wanted to, I could move all the way back here and you guys can probably still hear me, which is just going to make the audio a bit more consistent. It might also mean there's going to be some more, you know, mouse clicks, some like chair creaking, some like random sounds you don't want to get in there. Like, there's always this balancing act. You know, I really want to make sure you can hear me clearly, but you can hear as little of the room around me as I can possibly have you guys hear. So, you know, do let me know if you hear like obnoxious mouse clicks and stuff in this last part of the video. I'm hoping I'm finishing it off right now, because this is like a third time I'm recording this quest, because, well, first I had to go, and then there was the server issue. I can't recall exactly what I was talking about as it was cutting out either. I think I was just talking to Ithoi, and I think we had some dialogue options that we couldn't proceed through. So let me quickly hop in here. So yeah, this guy seems to have most likely poisoned his own crewmates, but we still have yet to figure out why. So let me go and chat to the NPCs. I'm thinking we can probably go back to the captain as well. He might have some information, but I do want to go back to Noki again. And yeah, he doesn't have any new dialogues. Let me just keep looking around, and I'll be back when I find something. I reckon we're quite close to the end, but honestly, I'm never sure in this game. Also, I passed 700 subscribers, guys. I'm at 708. 1K is becoming rather close. Now, if you're listening to this and you haven't yet subscribed, please press that button. You would make me very happy. Thank you. Appreciate it. Anyway, let's go talk to the captain. The captain? Captain talk? Do you have any information? Oh yeah, I think I wanted to go talk to the ogres, right? Because didn't they say something about the ogres having a plan in motion? It feels weird to record a quest, like a relatively short quest like this, in multiple sittings. So I'd much rather go in one sitting, because then I can really just remember everything. But let's go talk to Chief Tess and see if she has any new information. No, it doesn't seem like it. Okay, I guess we'll have to find something else to do. It does feel good to me, though, that I no longer feel like I need to be, like, right up close in the microphone, like, literally kissing the microphone. I can be a bit further away, and it should sound fairly similar, which makes me very happy. You know, if you guys have an audio setup, if you guys have a channel of your own, I don't know how you guys feel about this, but I'm obsessed with making my channel sound the best it can possibly be, and you're never happy with your own sound. It's really annoying. I wish I could just have someone who told me, like, hey, this is the exact perfect setup for your voice. Like, there's literally nothing you can change anymore. Like, this is perfection. But it's a blessing. Like, I've spent the past 6 months not changing the audio except for like the little fiddling I did with the expander just now, or like the gate. But I used to change it like so often, and it was just like, oh, but now I don't like the bass, now I don't like the treble, now I don't like the normalization, now I don't like the compressor. Like, there's always something to change, and you know, I spent like 6 months not having to do anything like that because I was kind of happy with it, and it's just, you guys probably don't even notice the differences, but it's one of those things as a creator, you're like, I want perfection, but I can't have perfection. Oh, here we go. So, cabin boy Colin has new dialogue options as well. I hear Ithoi cooked the meal you ate that night. That's strange. Ithoi doesn't normally help with the food. I suppose that would explain why it didn't taste as good as Gnocchi's cooking. But it doesn't explain how we got cursed. Ithoi went off for a parley with the captain and didn't even eat the food. Okay, thanks. It just confirms our suspicions. And we have the same dialogue option now with Arson the Thief. I suppose Ithoi's trying to be extra helpful at the moment. Don't tell anyone, but Ithoi might not be in our crew much longer. My brother, Francois, says the captain will make him second in command if he completes his mission. That's Ithoi's rank, but we don't need a navigator now, we've settled here, and we can't do much else. So what is the mission Francois is doing? That's a secret. Okay, thanks. Thank you! Thank you! Let's check out some other NPCs then, because there isn't too much left. We've talked to most people, I feel. This is the bank, nothing here. Ooh, but there was an update in the quest log, and someone told me, which also makes a lot of sense, but just updates in the quest log are just signifying to you, hey, you've done something that actually matters for the quest. So Arson the Thief told me that Ithoi might be about to get fired from the crew. Now, I'm not sure if I want this information, you know, to go to Ithoi. Like, he might be fully aware of it, which is why he's poisoning people. But let's have a bit of a chat quickly with the captain, because he might know a bit more. I hear you're thinking of firing Ithoi. Arr, maybe I am, but I'm sure that'd be nothing to do with the curse. Ithoi's afflicted by it too. Well, is he though? Is he though? So do we just go back over to Ithoi and do we confront him about his about to be fired state? And will he be like, haha, yes, that's why I poisoned everyone. I will reveal my plan to the world. Also, guys, I am so sore from those push-ups. I did them 2 days ago and I'm still super sore. I did like a full chest workout after the push-ups as well. And I was just destroyed. Like at the end, I could barely even do a push-up. It was a day. So, Ithoi. Okay, so now we have a new option. Maybe because the captain's thinking of firing you. Arson heard it from his brother, the Corsairs don't need a navigator anymore. Arr, too clever you be. I heard the captain might kick me off the crew, so I poisoned the dinner and acted sick too. Now they think they're cursed, so they'll want me around, with my knowledge of such things. But they think I'm sick, so they'll never believe I'm behind it. Haha. We'll have to see what they say about that. Alright, we go back. So, we were correct all along, although I guess it's because he needed a different reason to stay. I mean, to be fair, I think it's a fairly solid plan. If he's the guy who knows about curses, or so he has led other people to believe, then he makes it appear like everyone's been cursed, and then he's like, well, I'm the only one with the solution. You know, it's how you sell products, right? You know, you can solve an existing problem, which is often what you're supposed to be doing, but, you know, why not create a problem and then also have the solution ready to go? It's kind of like in games where you have the, you know, if there's like limited inventory size and you can buy inventory expansions in the shop, it's not that they couldn't just give you more inventory space. No, it's that they're creating a problem that they're then selling the solution to. And I guess it's a very similar thing, although in this case it's just about him trying to stay in the crew. Anyway, I'm gonna see if anyone has any new dialogue, but I think the quest will probably have updated. It would be nice if there was like a little message somewhere saying like your quest log has been updated, something like that. Ithoi the Navigator admitted to poisoning the dinner and pretending to be sick so that the Corsairs would think they were cursed, and would therefore want him to stay on the crew. I'm assuming I have to go back to the captain, but I do want to chat to these guys real quick. Here we go. Ithoi admits poisoning you all and faking the curse. He's had a lot to worry about, with losing his place in the crew, and now he's sick from the curse too. He must have gone mad and started babbling. You can't take him seriously in that state of health. Have you found out what's going on? Ithoi admits poisoning you all and faking the curse. That can't be right. He looks as sick as the rest of us. Maybe he's delirious and doesn't know that what he's saying. It must be a real curse. Alright, we go back. Back to the captain. The captain must know what to do. I mean, we're thinking about firing him anyway, so... might as well, right? Ethoi admits he poisoned the crew. He's faked his whole curse. That can't be. Ethoi's sick, and he may be a babbling madness from his fevered brain. You'll have to prove he's not really sick. Alright. So, how are we going to prove that he is in fact not really sick? I'm actually not 100% sure how the game expects us to do this, but I guess we'll have to go find out then, shall we? Maybe the cook has something to say? Ethoi admits poisoning you all and faking the curse. If Ethoi's been afflicted by the curse as badly as I have, he might be half out of his mind with pain. I'm sure he doesn't know what he's saying. Okay, we just go back to Ethoi and maybe we can somehow, in the dialogue menu, trick him into revealing that he is in fact not sick by asking him to do something he couldn't do while sick or something. What you want now? I know you faked the curse. The Corsairs all think I'm sick too, even though I never ate the food. And you'll never make me prove that I'm healthy. I ain't getting up, so they'll need to keep believing the curse. I bet I can prove you're well enough to get up. You'll never make me get up. I ain't afraid of cold, nor of wet, nor of anything you can do in here. He challenged me to prove that he was faking his own illness. Well, to be fair, there was a tinderbox, right? I actually threw it away. But I think there was a tinderbox next to the cook. What if I burn down his place? I don't know. I'm not saying that is the solution, guys. I'm not saying pyromancy is the solution. But there must be a reason why there's a tinderbox. I don't actually have wood on me, but maybe I can just... I don't know, burn something in his house. Let me see if I can find something. Because obviously fire will make him get up, right? That makes sense. There must be a reason why a tinderbox is being presented here in the game. Can I use the tinderbox on the bed? Nothing interesting happens. Okay. On the table. Oh, I can put it on the table. What? You can put an item on a table? Okay, that's cool. On the clock. On the crates. Okay, I don't think my plan actually works. Okay, I'll have to find something else. Oh, there's driftwood under here. Can I use it on driftwood? You light the driftwood. There we go, my plan does work. Beautiful. He's like, oh, it's getting a bit warm in here. It's getting hot in here. Oh, he's running downstairs. He's like, oh my god, there's a fire. There's a fire. Oh, and he's using water. Well, I guess that proves he's well enough to get up, and apparently he knows some magic too. But do we have other people watching? The other people might not have been watching. We should have gotten them first. By igniting the driftwood under Ethoi's hut, I made him run out, but proving he'd faked the illness. I also saw him cast a magic spell, showing he has some magical combat ability. Are we going to fight him now? I'm not well equipped to deal with magic, but here we go. I saw you running around. You're not sick. So long as that old fool Tok believes it's a curse, I have nothing to fear from ye flapping your mouth. We'll see what the captain has to say about that. Okay, let's go back over to the captain. I've seen Ethoi running around. He's not sick at all. Oh, so he was never sick at all. And here's me been feeling sorry for him. A trickster he be indeed. Kill him for me. Why don't you kill him yourself? Or I don't believe in capital punishment. I mean, I do, to be fair. I definitely do. But here we go, I do. Why don't you kill him yourself? A captain shouldn't leave his ship in a time of crisis. Rule of the sea, that is. Even if the crisis ain't exactly on the ship. Alright, I'll be back. Let's see. When I told Captain Tok that I'd seen Ethoi running around, thus proving he'd faked his illness, the captain told me to kill Ethoi. I like him. I like the captain. The captain's just like, this guy tried to betray me. Well, instead of just being fired, he will die. Although I guess technically I sort of did just fire him. Just not in the... you know, getting fired from a job kind of way, but in the I put a fire under his ass kind of way. So a literal firing. Ethoi, yoo-hoo, I'm coming to murder you. I don't actually have food on me or anything like that, but I reckon we're fine. Curse them all. Oh, he's level 35, and I don't have proper gear for this. I might actually not be able to deal with him. No, I think I can't. I think I can't. Okay. Okay, okay, don't worry. Don't worry. I will prepare myself accordingly. And I'll be back. Alright, this guy is going to get absolutely clapped by me. So, someone pointed out in the comments, actually multiple people pointed this out, it's been a great recurring bit of advice I've gotten for the horror combat sessions. And it is that RuneScape operates on this like triangle of combat strength setup. Where, why am I walking away? I need to go here. I thought I was like too far to the south or something. Anyway, it operates on this setup where, you know, ranged beats mage, for example, and mage beats a physical or melee, and then melee beats ranged. So right now I'm going to be fighting a boss kind of that is, of course, magic focused. So all the gear I'm wearing is going to be focused on dealing ranged damage, of course, but also it gives me a lot more magical defense, because like the way it's described, I was kind of curious to see if there was also like a wiki article about this triangle. Now that I know it exists, and it kind of describes it as like the armor absorbs the spells and the arrows pierce the cloth. Now I don't know why exactly my sword wouldn't pierce the cloth, but you know, that's a different topic, I suppose. We talk to Captain Talk, and of course we go back here again. But yeah, I think it's very important always to try and learn all of these combat systems as early as I can. I will also definitely take some time to learn a little bit more about prayer at some point, but I'll do that once I'm a member. Actually, why am I clicking here? This is prayer. I hear like prayer flicking and all those kind of things, and I don't want to get too deep into it yet, but I definitely want to familiarize myself with the concept of it, which I guess is like turning it on and then turning it off again really quickly. So yeah, that's some stuff that I will look into later. For now, of course, you know, I do have my new bow that I actually haven't yet used, because level 20 bow, the willow shot bow, and I picked up 135 mithril arrows. Actually cost me about 10k. That was quite expensive, but I think we should be fine. I should have probably restored my prayers as well, but oh, here we go. Here we go. We fire. I brought some food too, so here we go. We get some damage. Oh, that's a cool spell. What is that? Oh, defense boost. Wait. Okay, so it's not reduced by 18, because that would be insane. It's reduced to 18. Okay, so I guess the number here is always the end result. But yeah, this is much better. Look at this. I am hitting him on occasion. I am taking some damage. I do have some food with me, but I should be able to take him out relatively easily, because now I'm actually hitting him fairly well, and he doesn't hit me for as much anymore. That's beautiful. This definitely does feel like the longest fight I have been a part of. And I guess I will have a very similar experience eventually when I do Dragon Slayer. So I'm gonna assume that the dragon is rather powerful. I don't know what kind of damage the guy is going to be doing, the dragon. And, you know, it might be physical damage, it might be magical damage, I'm not quite sure. I'm expecting it's not range damage, but it wouldn't surprise me if it's either like a frontal like claw bite ability or something, or a fire ability, or even a combination of both. Like maybe you'll be able to swap between two things. That'd be kind of cool. But here we go. That is Ethoi down. Does he have a drop or anything? He doesn't. Wait, what are my arrows? What's my arrows? That's like 5,000. That's like 5,000 gold worth of arrows just like gone. They were on the floor under him. But I guess because... Is it because his model despawned and it's tied to his model or something? Shouldn't there be arrows? Are there arrows here? Wait, hold on. Am I blind? Are the arrows somewhere else? There were arrows here, weren't they just now? Okay, I mean, to be fair, 5k, I don't care about it a lot. Like, it's probably not that much money, but it does feel a little bit bad. Anyway, it's fine. It's fine. It's whatever. I fought Ethoi and successfully killed him. Okay, I go back to talk now, and I reckon that is the end of the quest. I've killed Ethoi for poisoning your crew. Thanks ye for dealing with that serpent. I suppose the rest of my crew will feel better now. You've proven there be no curse on them. Most of them deleterious effects probably be psychosomatic anyway. Arrgh. Anyway, you've been a mighty help, young lad. Ye be brave in the heart, strong in the arm, and full in the bowels, and I be grateful to ye. Yeah, I'm very strong in the bowels, guys. Very strong in the bowels. Tell you what, I'll have a word with Yusuf in the bank. You've earned the right to use his services, and thanks again very much. Okay, so Corsair Curse completed. 2 quest points. Corsair Cove bank access. Oh, this would have come in very handy just now. And I'm guessing this place is not that useful for me as a free-to-play player, because I don't really have a reason to probably return here, really. Unless there's something specific I can do here. But I'm guessing it's probably quite nice for when you're going into the member areas up here, because then you can use this bank much more freely. And I guess there isn't even a bank. Oh, there is a bank here, but this is not something that I can probably access soon, because I think it's locked behind Dragon Slayer 2, which, just out of curiosity, if I go to my quest list right now and I search up Dragon Slayer, it's a Grandmaster quest. It requires a lot of other quests and a lot of skill requirements as well. Recommendations: combat level 100. Yeah, that's not something I'll be doing soon. So this is probably the only bank I will have here for a very long amount of time. And oh, Captain Talk actually is now here. Look at this. Oh, I guess I'm killing this thing real quick. Hold on. Let me just shoot a seagull, okay? Don't worry about it, guys. Let me just take care of this seagull. Here we go. Mithril arrows, mithril arrow. Maybe there were arrows on the floor and I just completely missed them or something. I'm not quite sure, but it's whatever. I like how he's just actually sitting here now. It's kind of cool. Arr, 'tis the young lad who helped save my crew from that scoundrel Ethoi. How be it this fine day? What is there to do here? Well, you could maybe explore the ogre caves. Austin says the ogres be fearsome, though, so watch your step. And there be places for you to train your skills over to the west. Thanks. And I'm fine, thanks. Arr, he looks fine. Stiff in the spine, firm in the mind, and long in the leg. It is good to see you again. Alright, this guy seems to be remarkably positive about me, which I do always appreciate. Anyway, guys, that brings us extremely close to wrapping up free-to-play. I do know that there is this Shield of Wrath quest, and I haven't yet been able to set anything up with Mix. I've been trying to see when he's online, but I think he lives in probably somewhere in the USA or something. I'm not quite sure, but our times don't align as much, and I haven't been online on the weekends too much. So I'll probably just see if someone can help me out with that, so we can do that, because obviously I want to do that before Dragon Slayer, and I'd rather not leave this random one quest out here when I do want to cover it on this series. So yeah, I'll see what I can arrange, and I'll be back next time. So thank you so much for watching today, guys. I hope the audio, at least at the end, was fine. I hope the start, of course, wasn't too bad either. So thank you so much for watching. Have a wonderful day, everyone, and I will see you again next time. Bye bye.